Hi, I'm Norma, Master Hypnotherapist here, and I am glad that you found us. So congratulations for taking the time to research and finding us. So that actually means that you're ready to move on. Did you feel that something is missing in your life, even though you have achieved the personal success or the career success that you have always dreamed? So if right now you have all the success that you can imagine in one area of your life, but you're feeling like another part of your life is missing, and you had that feeling that you gotta do something, or you constantly keep getting a memory or a feeling, well, guess what? That means your unconscious mind is telling you it's time to work it out. It's time to face the monster and confront it. And how do you do that? Well, you confront it by either listening to the little voice that pretty much is talking to you, or by doing hypnosis. So that means you are ready to move on to the next level, whether that is improving your inner self or your personal relationships, whether romantic or just friendship or whatever personal relationships you have, or even your business relationships. So congratulations for finding us. You are at the right place, and together we can help you to go to the next level. So one of the reasons why I love being a hypnotherapist is that I get to help people like you, those women that are ready to move to the next level, to continue on the path of growth, but mainly to let go of that is holding you back from achieving, whether it's a relationship or finding the perfect relationship or creating the perfect relationship, or even improving your relationship at work or in your business, or mainly, and I say mainly because everything starts with your personal relationship, with your inner self relationship. So once you get to work with that, which is the foundation for everything else, you're gonna see there is nothing really that will stop you from achieving the life that you truly want, the one that you are ready to design, that life by choice that you're ready to live from now on. So one of the things that hypnosis will do for you is that it will help you not only find the root cause of the issue, the problem that you're presenting, but it will also help you to work it fast. Another great thing that I love about hypnosis is that because you don't have to worry about being in the alert of or the state of mind of being protected by your unconscious mind, because that's pretty much what your unconscious mind does, right? Keeps you alive, keeps you safe. And so when you're under hypnosis, you're so relaxed that all that energy that your body is using to keep you safe from any threat, whether that threat is fear, whether that threat is talking to a camera, whether that threat is talking in public, or whether that threat is feeling abandoned, or wherever it is that you are threatened by, and your unconscious mind comes out and protects you and uses that surge of energy. Well, guess what? When you're under hypnosis, because you're so relaxed, all that extra energy now can be routed into the memory that we were working on. So when you're in hypnosis, basically you're in a state of allowance, which means we can help you either see the learning, or we can help you reprogram or implant suggestions that will help you to remove yourself from whether you have a limiting belief or a limiting idea or a core belief that is harming you in today as an adult. So by being in hypnosis, and because you are in a state of relaxation, now you have pretty much a better use of your energy that otherwise, when you're conscious, is being used to keep you safe and alive. You can access information that is on the unconscious mind, and that's where all the memories are stored. And so if you're here and you know that there is a part of you that is missing to feel complete, but you don't know what it is, well, hypnosis may be the answer for you. Why? Because like I say, we can access that information that is buried right there at the unconscious level. And by just putting you in a trance, which is a really deep relaxation, we can actually recall those memories, whether it's a feeling, whether it's an actual vision that you have, an actual memory, or just a knowing, because sometimes that's how the information is stored, especially when if this memories happen when you were a child, and you may not even remember, because when you were a child, the memories usually were built by a feeling, stored as a feeling. So you just have a feeling, and so what hypnosis will do is that would allow us to go back and recall that feeling, or that memory. And trust me, many times you'll be surprised at the things that we can see or that you can experience during a hypnosis session. And the best part is that when you're right there, at that level, we can help you change the vision, the perception, or the feeling attached to that memory. So you can disconnect yourself from that and move on, which is essentially what you're looking for now as an adult. Another thing to consider is if you're having failure, for example, in relationships and romantic relationships, and you don't understand why is it that you keep attracting the same thing over and over, well, the answer may be in your childhood. It may be in the meaning that you gave to your experiences as a child in the context of relationship. For example, let's say you saw your parents argue, or you saw the way your mom behaved with your dad, or the way your dad behaved with your mom, or the neighbors, or your grandparents, or anyone that was around you as an adult. Because the way the brain works is that anyone who is older than you pretty much becomes an authority and pretty much dictates the meaning of your experience, or so that's how your brain perceives it as a child. So based on those experiences, you gave meaning to a relationship, and or you became used to a certain behavior. So if today you're having an unsuccessful relationship, and at first it seems like magical, everything's perfect, they click, you're like, oh, it seems like we know our whole life. Well, guess what? You do. The reason why you do know your whole life is because you are familiar with that behavior. Unconsciously, you don't recognize it at the moment, but unconsciously, you are familiar with that behavior because you've seen it in the past. You've seen it, like I said, in those adults around you, most likely your parents. So, because that seems familiar, you feel comfortable. Because one of the things that the brain does is that it likes comfort. It likes the same thing. It likes repetition. So if you find a person and you're like, oh my goodness, we're soulmates because we're perfect for each other, I think that I know him or know her my whole life. Well, you do, because again, back in your experience as a child, that program already exists there. And then what happens that after 6 months or so, as the chemicals of the brain goes down, because when you're in love for the first 6 months, the brain is producing all these wonderful hormones that makes you feel great, and you do. But when the hormones start going down and you start seeing the real person, then is that you become unhappy or stressed, because you start recognizing the patterns that you don't really like. And then you wonder, why am I having problems? Well, it's because the program existed in you since you were a child. So if you are having problems like that, well, maybe it's time to revisit with the purpose and with the intention to resolve those inner conflicts or those programmings that you have as a child, and change the meaning so you can have better relationship as well. What is wrong with me? Why can't I have a better relationship, a romantic relationship? Why do I keep failing at them? Or why do people take advantage of me? Or maybe why do I hurt people and they go away from me? Whatever your situation is, you will see that you can actually go back, and most likely you'll find the answer in your childhood, because all the impressions or the ideas that you have on how you're going to see life today is going to be pretty much depending on the filters or the lenses through which you currently see life, but those filters were given to you as a child. So it maybe it's time for you to go back and look and see, what is my impression of love, or what is the meaning of love through my glasses, through my lenses? Or why do I seem to get angry? Or why do I get frustrated? Why do I feel rejected? Why do I feel hurt? All those questions do have an answer. And like I said, most likely it's going to be in your child. So you may not even understand your behavior today, but if we go back under that hypnosis, you go back and actually look for the root cause of the problem, you'll be surprised the stuff that you find that as an adult you don't think it's a big deal, but as a child it was enough to create a traumatic experience to where the brain accepted as trauma and kept it as a trauma, and at the same time build a mechanism of defense, of self-preservation. So every time you did the experience, for example, let's say you were in preschool and your teacher how you talk in public in the group, to the group, and everyone laugh at you for whatever. It doesn't matter what it really is, but everyone laugh. And as a 4-year-old, that may not have been a good experience, and unconsciously you create the belief, the core belief, that speaking in public was not okay. Perhaps that's why you have the fear today. So if you have something that you just don't understand, you'll be surprised that if we go back and we actually look at the memory, you will discover how, as a child, you create a belief, and ever since then, you have been basically taking your actions or your choices as an adult with the belief or the emotional health of a child. So if you find yourself having a hard time today, maybe it's time to look back and see, where does that come from? Where was the first time you felt like this? And trust me, the unconscious mind has all the information stored in there, and we can actually recall it and help you free yourself from that. Another area to consider is your business life or your career path as well. So if you're having a hard time or having difficulty advancing in that area of your life, maybe it's time to consider what blockage is stopping you from moving forward. You'll be surprised that most of the time it's going to go back to either the way you see yourself, which means your inner self, your love, the way you perceive yourself, the way or the ideas that you have about yourself. So again, hypnosis will allow you to revisit those and question why certain behavior, or when was the first time you felt this certain emotion. You'll find out the answer, and as you resolve the issue, you'll see that your business life or your professional life will also improve. Just like in personal relationship or romantic relationships, your business relationships are going to be affected by your filters or how you see the world. The reason why I know this is because I was there. I was the one missing that part. I was a professional that for some reason or another, I keep seeing myself being bypassed by either another coworker or someone else taking those opportunities, and I questioning why. What is it in me? What's wrong with me? Why can't I get that? I had to spend time searching, internally searching, and resolving conflicts. So whether you're here looking to work on your inner self, your personal relationships, your romantic relationship, or your business relationship, you definitely have come to the right place. So if you're ready to go to the next level on your life and change it and make it the life that you truly want, well, guess what? Call us, make an appointment, or just schedule it right here, and then we'll see you in your appointment.